Hi everybody, and welcome again to ZCodeSystem. Here we developed automated systems to help you make your picks. Before we get into some NHL playoff action for April the 28th, I want to invite you to join. You will have access to the VIP club session, and all these tabs are going to be essential for you to help you do the best you can with your picks for this week. Okay, so there's two games scheduled. They're both first round playoff games, one in the Eastern Conference and one in the Western Conference. In the Eastern Conference matchup, it's a battle of Florida, Tampa Bay Lightning, and the Florida Panthers. Tampa Bay comes in ice cold down, losers of their last three, and Florida is burning hot, winners of their last two. If you take a look at the streak, the over-under streak, the last playoff game between the teams, which resulted in a 2-0 score in favor of Florida, that was under the line. In general, the teams have been over the line over the recent trend of the last 6 games. The score prediction is for Florida by a 3-2 score, but the confidence in the prediction you see is still rather low at 39.6%. And this is bound to change both the score and prediction between now and the tip-off. On the power ranks indicator, you can see because of the recent trends that Florida is now ahead of Tampa Bay at plus 25 compared to plus 19. If you look at the records during the regular season, the teams were pretty close in the standings, very close in fact. Florida was 47-31-4, while Tampa Bay was 47-27-8. At home, it was 27-12-2 for Florida, but Tampa was only 18-19-4 on the road. If you look at the head-to-head matchup, you can see in this series it's been all Florida winning both games in Tampa, which is very concerning for Tampa, considering they're good at home and not so good on the road. They lost by a combined total of 8-2. During the regular season, it was more of an even matchup. In fact, it was exactly even, 2 games apiece, both winning, one at home and one on the road. If we take a look at the stability factor, how consistent have the teams been performing? You can see it's been an upward and downward trend here for Florida. On March the 29th, they were at plus 14, and that's where they are right now, almost a full month later, still at plus 14. While Tampa, same kind of scenario, they were at plus 17 back on April 1st, and now as we are approaching the end of the month, they're at plus 16. So that shows that neither team has been consistent lately with regard to their favorite underdog status. So in the end, what I think is going to happen in this one, I think this is going to be a Panthers win. I don't see Tampa winning on the road. If they couldn't win at home, Florida's on a roll right now. I think this is going to be a Florida win, and I like this one going over the line. Colorado and Dallas in the Western Conference battle. Colorado comes in ice cold down, losers of their last two, while Dallas is average up, winners of their last two. And those last 2 games were in this playoff series, which we'll get to in a moment. But right now I want to look at the over-under. You can see the last game was a game under the line. In fact, the score was 2-1 in favor of Dallas in an overtime win. And you see, but overall, though, the trend has been over the line. And the score prediction has that as well, but really take this with a grain of salt. Really don't pay much attention to this all at the moment, because it's only 16% confidence in the prediction with that 4-3 total there. On the power ranks, we can see that a big upward trend for Dallas because of these last couple wins. Boom, plus 29. Colorado on the downward swing from 28 down to 20. During the course of the regular season, the records were nearly identical. It was 49-29-4 for Colorado, 50-26-6 for Dallas, and Dallas was 28-10-3 at home. But the Avalanche were very good on the road at 23-17-1. Another thing to look at is the scoring differential edge, which Dallas had, but only by plus 53 to plus 43 during the regular season. If we take a look at the head-to-head matchup, we see here in the playoffs, it was all Colorado in game 1, 5-1 on the road in Dallas. But the last 2 games was Dallas eking out wins both times in overtime. And game 3 was in Colorado, and they were a pretty substantial underdog in winning that game. So that was an upset there. If we take a look at the stability factor again, you can see both teams have been pretty consistent, pretty stable over the course of the entire season, plus 20 to plus 18. But notice here, the Dallas trend, back on April the 3rd, they were plus 25, and they've dipped all month pretty much. down to plus 20. So over the last month, very, well, actually, it's not even a month. The last update on this was on April the 16th. That's just over a 2-week period. They dropped considerably down to plus 16. So my thoughts on this one is that I feel like this is going to be a Colorado win. I just had the feeling that Colorado's going to pull this one off. I don't see them. I just don't see them losing this one here. After Dallas just barely eked out the last two in overtime, Colorado will get back to a more dominant way of playing as it did in Game 1. So I like Colorado to win in, but I'm going to pass on the over-under bet on this one, mainly because the last game was under, and in playoff hockey, it could be a tight contest. So I'm kind of ignoring a little bit the end of the regular season games in which both teams were over the line. Okay, so there you have it. Those are the games for the NHL for April 28th. And have fun betting on these games, and we will see you again next time.